Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence. Today we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Viper Officer and Vipers. This is a 3-pack. You can pretty much order it anywhere online. It retails for like $90. You can get it on sale right now at Amazon. I will drop a link to that in the description. But by the time you click it, it may not be on sale anymore. But hey, if something goes on sale on Amazon, it seems to constantly go round and round and do it again. So anyway, before we get started, you know the drill. Take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified, because you would have been notified a bunch of times in the past few days because Classified just got hammered. And then obviously like the video. It helps everything out. So you don't want to hear any more about that. Let's just get into this. And right off the back, it is a windowless package. The artwork does look awesome. This should be on a poster. Now, this has already been opened. This is not mine. I actually borrowed it from a buddy so I can review it. Mine won't be in for a few days. So, it's already been opened. But if you want to know how the windowless stuff looks, you can go ahead and take a look at the Snake Eyes and Timber 2-pack that I did, or the Cobra Ninjas, the Blue Ninjas. You'll see exactly how everything's packed. So, there we go. Artwork, it looks awesome. It tells you what it is. It is number 47. There's a file card. I guess on both sides. I wonder if they're the exact same file card. Looking at it. So clearly these are two different. So here's the Viper Officer file card. And there's the Viper file card. And frankly, I bet none of you even have looked at that because, wow. And then on the back here we have 3 figures. We've probably all seen this 100 times on different websites. Then here you have the figures. Now, clearly, this was supposed to come out sooner. They don't give you the height. Like, all the new ones are giving you the height. I really like that. It just tells you, shows you that not every figure is going to be the exact same. And here's everything that you get with it. So, not only am I going to look at this thing, I will quickly compare it to the original Cobra Island Viper. I'll compare it to an O-ring Viper, and then I'll show you what the Officer is based off of. And I'm not going to lie, when I heard they were doing a 3-pack, I was really hopeful that we were going to get that color scheme, because it's really cool. So anyway, stop looking at me. Let's take a look at these figures. Alright, so here we go. Weapons do come in this box. So clearly, as I said, this is an older version of what they wanted to do, because this doesn't have like a weapons crate. It's just a small thing. They didn't put too much on it. And here in front of me, you can see everything that comes with this setup. So, quickly, we will take a look at the Vipers. Now, these are the same sculpt that we got with this one, but they definitely did change the color a little bit. Now, the color scheme, for the most part, is the same, but the new one uses a darker red, darker blues. Let's say the blacks look the same, but everything here is the exact same. This gray for his scarf is different. This is darker. And they come with 2 of the same weapons. So there's the weapon that he comes with. And then here is the original one. I would say there's absolutely no difference on it. This weapon does have a removable magazine. Again, this one is extremely tight. That's how a lot of them are. And I do like the weapon. It's kind of cool, and it does have a port for blast effect. So, I'm going to show you something quickly. A lot of people didn't realize this. They saw it in the live stream, which happened, a year ago. So, one of the things is, to take the scarf off, you can see that it is a white guy. Over here, and this one here, people had noticed they give you a black guy. So that's cool. One thing that people never notice is that if you remove the gauntlets, they are actually painted underneath it. So you have to remove the hand. Here's the gauntlet. So, here's my Viper. And if you remove the... I don't even have to remove the hand. I can kind of show you right there. That wasn't like missing paint. That just happened to be the color. Let's see if I can get this off. Look at that. So, the original Viper, this thing was not made to come off. Although they painted it. And they had them removed. Man, I should have heated this thing up. Wow, this is a video fail if I've ever seen, isn't it? So, while you're waiting here for me to struggle to get this gauntlet off, take a second and go subscribe if you haven't yet. So, as you can see, they do have a exposed exposed forearm, which I guess kind of is like the original. But none of you guys really care too much about that. I'm going to put this on in a second. So, looking at this guy here, there is no pinless joint yet. Okay? No pinless elbows, as they reuse a lot of different stuff. But you get a beyond 90-degree turn there. You got your T-pose. Obviously, wrists, bicep swivels. I guess I don't need to move that, considering you're taking off. Knee bend, he can almost kick his butt all the way up. No issues. Nice and smooth. Boot cut. You got your ankle rockers. Thigh swivel. You hear, I love that sound. I always have. Drop down hips. There's the Jean-Claude Van Damme. And again, when it comes back out, it's going to be hanging. Just kind of got to push that thing back in there. So, let me throw my arm. Throw this back on here. So, as you can see, they give you a black figure and a white Viper. So, but looking at the two, the difference is the bright red, which I actually like more, but hey, you know what? If I was going into combat, I probably want something a little bit darker. The blues are darker. I think the red actually pops a little more over here, but everything is the same. So they follow pretty nicely. All they did was change the paint apps just a bit. So we'll take our original Viper, and I will show you in case you didn't see my original video. So looking at it, obviously they left 2 grenades on the top, the Cobra symbol, and then you even have the straps that go over that are red. The helmet looks pretty similar as it cuts around the face. And yes, they do have the goggles that sit on top. So they made that all the same. Here you have the Cobra logo on the belt, along with pouches. Again, they recreate the pouches pretty equally. The original O-ring does not have a sidearm. They gave him a sidearm here. You have the strap. I'm sorry, the strap. The red that goes down the side here. It also goes down the side on this one. And down in the middle, people thought that that was missing, but that's actually how it's supposed to look. It's actually supposed to stop on the O-ring, believe it or not. They just didn't make this one go down nearly as far. On this side, they give you the pouch. The boots, they give you a little bit more detail. They do give you the knee pads, just like with this guy. So, they really did follow the original design really nicely. Obviously, this has a vest, but everything else, real nice. As you can check out my old review, even on the back here, he has some type of mechanical machinery, it looks like. Here, they just kind of left it gray and set it, you know. So it just kind of stood out. Again, pretty cool. I like the way that it represents these two. Now, looking at this guy, he does have his laser sidearm. I'm okay with that for the most part. Remember, G.I. Joe was always a little futuristic, especially Cobra. They all have the exact same sidearm. Now let's look at the Viper Officer, and I really like this paint scheme. And here we're going to bring over this 4-inch. I don't even remember what line this is from, but as you can see, it's pretty much the same. So he's going to have the gold face shield, if I can find it. He's got the gold goggles, the same as that one. This helmet follows a little bit better. If you look here, kind of has like a little V in there. They did the same thing in that one. Going around the back, they still have kind of the same machinery. For the most part, this was the figure that they recreated. I really like it. I think that I love the way that it pops. All the way down to the boots, the knees, which are separate. Obviously, these boots come up higher than these ones. But everything looks really nice. I've already gone over this. They give you some nice paint apps. So they're actually looking like they have clasps on it. For this one here, you can see they just painted all the way down. This one, they kind of left it and just did the clasps for it. So I think it looks really nice. I like having an officer. I do like that you're having a little bit of a different shade compared to the Viper Island one, but I definitely enjoy the fact that they're giving us different colored figures. Even if we don't get to see the face, let's say you want to grab a Stalker and throw a Stalker head on there because he's infiltrating, or any of the Marvel Legend figures that may be black and you will just need to change it up a little bit so you have individual figures. It works. Quickly, I'm looking here. It looks like I got some paint app issues that it just kind of, I doubt that I scraped it off, but looking at the figures, they're nice. We've all seen them before. Again, I've done reviews on them. Everyone else has done reviews, so let's put this to the side. Now that we've seen the figures. Yeah, my buddy, he opened this, but I don't even think he's even stood some of these because they're still sitting in that real awkward pose. So here we go. Here's the original backpack. And here is this one. So here's the backpack. An original O-ring. Now, it's just got a bunch of different stuff on it. They definitely do make this one look a little different. I'm actually wondering if this is the same backpack. You know what? I have so many O-rings, and it's gotta be the same one. But anyway, they make it, the same look. It's got the rope there. They moved the rope over here. Again, when they were originally doing the classified, they were trying to make things different other than they are now, where everything is the exact recreation. So here is the Viper's backpack, and here's the Cobra Island. They obviously painted I'm assuming those are some sort of grenades, red. I'm sorry, painted them gray compared to red. The Cobra logo is a darker red. This is a darker blue, lighter. So using all the same paint colors here. And then you have the Viper Officer, which is different and it's painted in his color. So they're making sure that you pay attention to some nice detail. All right, so that's all stuff that we've already seen. Let's get to all the extras that we're getting with this that's going to make it a little bit too pricey, in my opinion. So we have a second Viper weapon. Again, same one that came with Cobra Island Viper. So we get the scarves. They're a different shade of gray, as I mentioned before, but they're all the exact same. At least I believe they're all the same. So those look to all be the same. But the big thing that people want are the extra weapons. So we'll take a first look at this one here. And it looks like it's obviously some sort of machine gun, submachine gun. It looks like it has a stock. There's a magazine that comes out. I'm going to say they're not universal. It does look pretty cool. It's got a scope on it. Got some sort of grenade launcher. Some nice detail. No paint apps to it. Then you have this weapon. Hold on, it's just the same one. Yep. So we'll grab this one, I guess. So we have this one here. Bigger scope. No grenade launcher. Magazine that comes out. I believe these are universal. So the universal magazines, from what I can tell, yep. So that's nice. I like the idea of having universal magazines. It's got the stock on the back. It does look really nice. And they're different molds that they didn't have before. And here we have one without a stock. Magazine that comes out. Handle in the front. Again, they all have ports for the blast effects. Here you have the goggles. Do not try and put the goggles too far over. Grab some sticky tack. Just kind of put it on the back. If you want the goggles on there, you will snap the back. Just like I did on my original one. No big deal. Alright, so let's move this stuff out of the way and we can look at these blast effects. And I can tell you right off the bat, some look really good. Some, yeah. So, first off, this here, the orange sticking out there, that is not broken. I thought it was broken because it was kind of hanging in there. That's the actual port. So now you can have a suppressor on any of the weapons. I actually like the idea of doing it something like this rather than the pistols that kind of have a pointy muzzle there. So that's how you put the suppressor over it. So here's the biggest issue is the limp dick effect. So I don't know who's going to use this blast effect, but I've already seen someone post it. And wow, it's just sad. That's how far the bullet shot and just kind of crashed. But they used something very soft. And I don't know how anyone's going to be able to get it to stay straight. This one here, maybe because it's shorter, thicker here, it looks much better. So you don't have too much of an issue, although you can see they're just kind of wavy. And that has to do with the plastic that they're using. This one here, we get shorter. Now, I like the way this kind of looks like it's kind of exploding out. This one doesn't look bad because it's shorter, so you're not going to have as much weight to make it hang down. This one here, I absolutely love this idea. But if you look at this, it's like they're shooting it across. They've been firing their weapon across, and it's just shooting all these bullets out. So I really do like that. I think it looks really good. Oof. Wow, wow, wow. So, first problem is that this thing came right out. So these ports here actually can be taken out, I guess, for different types of weapons. But that's going to be something that people are going to lose, especially with such a soft plastic or rubber, whatever they're using. You do like this one. It just finished firing, and it's smoking barrel. So here's the one that here are the ones that people had a huge issue with. So this is kind of like exploding, and then you can throw something on there. So they're using a modular effect. I think it looks pretty cool. Some people don't like it because they said, hey, that's not how guns look. But guess what? Military troopers don't look like these either. And they don't look like these Cobra twins. And they sure don't look like this Red Crimson Guard over here. And they don't look like the Baroness. So that type of stuff doesn't really bother me as long as it is executed properly. And here's one where it's just kind of exploding. And I'm trying to look and see if there's a port there. It looks like there should be. I know I'm kind of rambling on at times, guys, but all right, so that one does go in. Again, I like the idea. It gives you more, just more combination of stuff to make it stand out in your display. I understand that's probably not how guns really look when they are exploding out. But again, I am a 40-some-year-old man putting up action figures. Here's another explosion. And here, I will grab, I don't want limp dick. And this one here can have two. See, so this doesn't work. So I will say here, I grabbed this one. This is a Valiverse. I have made some complaints about Valiverse with stuff being too stiff, but this is very stiff. It actually hurts. I could probably kill a zombie with it. But when it is this stiff, you kind of do have to worry about maybe the port breaking. What you don't have to worry about it is ever sagging. It's never going to sag because it's a hard plastic, like something you find in like a Christmas decoration. So when you pop this in there, and the thing is, it's a little loose. Some of them are loose, some aren't. And it's going to stick out straight. Now, I do like these better. I like the color that they're doing. You can go to Valiverse, pick some up, go to Big Bad Toy Store, order them there. But all in all, this is the 3-pack. I think it's time to wrap it up. I really like the Viper figure. Okay, the Viper Officer. Along with this guy. I like the fact that these are a little bit different color than these. So if you want to have different rankings, or maybe, you know, one is, you know, for, I don't know, protecting the Terradrome. One's for outside. You can do whatever you like. So let's wrap it up. All right, so there you have, that's the Viper 3-pack. I'm sorry, it's kind of long-winded. There's a lot to get through, especially when I want to, even if it's quickly go over how the Viper looks compared to the Cobra Island Viper, how the Viper looks compared to the O-ring Viper, and then how the Cobra Officer Viper looks compared to a 4-inch Cobra Officer. I don't remember if he was a Cobra Officer or not. A lot of those things, you know, there were so many. You pick them up, you like them. So I will say this, he is kind of loose. Very disappointing. Now, the one thing that I can definitely say, and seeing, like, just opening the Snake Eyes and Timber that just came out, and opening these up, these are based off molds of their older figures, and you can definitely tell the difference in the quality of what they're making right now compared to what they were then. Most of the figures now seem very tight. The joints, they don't have too many issues, where every single one of those Snake Eyes, from 00 to I think 02 to the Fortnite one to this one that just came out, they have loose bodies. Like, they didn't go back and have them fix anything. They just repainted stuff. I think they kind of did the same thing with this. I did forget to mention his sidearm here. Oh, what do you know? I forgot to mention. I didn't even notice. So his sidearm is completely different. I thought it just had some red paint on it. It's a completely different pistol, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. So, my apologies for not noticing that. Again, I'm doing this on first impression, even though it was open. I hadn't really looked at them. Again, you can see they haven't even been posed. I actually was just popping them. I told you, I love that sound. I just, you know what I used to love is that my little sister had Care Bears, and after a while, and then my stepdaughter had them too. After a while, they kind of, the gumminess of the plastic would tighten up, and you pop it. And my ex, she drove her nuts because I'd be going through like 12 Care Bears, popping each one, popping. Anyway, I'm just kind of like, I'm rambling on, like, hey, I mean, this video to go on longer. So I like this. I got to get into the price, all right? And this is a huge issue of mine. Matter of fact, here's a meme that I did. Actually, a couple memes. I'll throw them both up. I have an issue. And I had an issue from the beginning. So they gave these to us for $90. And they gave us some extra accessories. And you can see one of them, the lip dick accessory, so it doesn't even matter. Can't use that. But one of the issues was they throw a price tag of $90 on this. Now, these figures, the Cobra Island. I ain't saying Viper Island. That guy's a douchebag. The Cobra Island figures, they were $20. I understand they went up to $25. Not then, but now. So how do you come up with a price tag of $90 for this? Sure, those accessories. And then not to mention, then you come out with a Marvel Legends, Daredevil, Elektra, and Bullseye 3-pack for $75. This is your property. You're not paying royalties, so you're paying royalties on that. So you're telling me that all these accessories here, that didn't come with the original Viper, it was a $20 option, are worth how much? $25? I don't get it. And I think they realize that there's an issue there, but they can't go back. I mean, God forbid Hasbro say, you know what? We fucked up on that price. We're going to adjust it for you guys. No. Hasbro doesn't do that. So anyway, I can understand if someone was going to pass on, $90, especially when you can get, well, you could have gotten 3 Vipers for $60. How does that math work? Not very well enough, does it? So, but I'm going to get out of here. They look nice. I did order them. I'll have them in a week or so. I will leave a link to Amazon so you can get them and you can have them tomorrow or the next day if you are so interested. Hopefully they're still on sale for everyone. Because God knows with this, this the Haspocalypse, when them just shipping out stuff that is supposed to be out till next year, it hurts, especially when Christmas is coming up. Tell you what, they pretty much screwed that Ghost Rider. that Ghost Rider has that because no one's going to be getting that because everyone's getting all their other stuff. And not just G.I. Joe. They did the Star Wars. They did the Marvel Legends. I think they did everyone. I think they did Transformers. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I'm just rambling on. Anyway, social media, as you know it. Instagram and Twitter, A Punk with Toys. Facebook group page, which I will put a link to this video in there. What's it called? Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with a toy. With toys. None of us have one toy, let's be honest, okay? And also, subscribe, like, hit the bell notification. I'm rambling on for too long. This video's going to be like 30 minutes. I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day, and happy toy hunting.